Howdy, howdy everybody, Chris here. We're back in the garage today, and today we're starting a series on back to the basics. We're going to talk about all the basic things that you need to understand when you're repairing or restoring your vehicle. I hope this series is helpful. I'm going to list it in my playlist so you'll have easy access to basic information on how to get started repairing or restoring your vehicle. Today we're going to talk about how to block sand out filler. I'm going to try and keep these videos under 5 minutes. This is the block we're using today. This is an adjustable block. See how that starts to curve? Now we have some curvature here, and this is kind of a curved panel. So we're going to go with that right there. This is glazing putty. We're going to sand this with 180 grit sandpaper. With glazing putty, you don't need to sand it with 80 to straighten it out. It sands very easy. So start with 180, and it also goes over a 180 grit scratch. So you don't need to put it over an 80 grit scratch. So I've got this set to the curvature of this panel. If you don't have one of these blocks, you could use a smaller block and work your way across the repair. Work a section here and then work a section here. This is a guide coat here. This is a charcoal based guide coat. We're just going to spread it over this repair, and what this is going to do is it's going to show us any high or low areas. It's just going to give us a guide to blocking this out. You don't necessarily have to use it, but this is a helpful tool when you're trying to get something straight. Now as we block this in an X pattern, we're going to see high and low areas. You don't have to put a lot of pressure on the block. You want to have even pressure if you do put pressure though, but you don't have to put a ton of pressure on it. You let the sandpaper do the work. Okay, so if you look here, you can see where the guide coat was left. That is a low area. We've got a low area here, a low area towards the end. What we're doing is we're taking down the filler from the high areas down to meet the low areas. Now, one thing you don't want to do is try and sand that out. You want to block it evenly, gradually down until those low areas level out, and then you have a straight panel. Now, will this block out? This will, I believe, but this is a little bit too low to entirely block out. This is what we have. We still have a little bit of a low area here. We have a pretty good low area here and a high area here. See, we can see as we block this out, we broke through into bare plastic here. That means that's a high area. And then this is a low area. We broke through into body filler here, the underlying body filler. Most of this is straight, but we have a low area here, a low area here, and then a little low area here. We haven't blocked this out yet, but what we're going to need to do is put another coat of filler right in here. Now, I'm going to put it in for a section from here to here because I know this is straight, but this is low in here. Okay, so now we're going to mix up some glazing putty. This is USC Icing. The way we're going to mix this up, we're just going to fold it in. We fold it in till it's all one uniform color. The reason we fold it in is so we don't create excessive air pockets. Now we're going to fill this low area here. Now this might not take it all the way out, so I'm filling the low areas. I don't want to press it out of that low area, so I want to press it in, but I want it to remain in that low area. And I'm gradually working it out in thinner coats out here. This one here as well. And we'll let that dry. It usually takes about 10 to 15 minutes for this to cure up enough that we can start sanding it. So we'll let that dry, and then we'll block it once again. Put some guide coat on here. These basic playlists are going to be broken down into categories like Autobody basics, painting basics. So definitely check out these playlists. Just a little bit of a low there. Right here. I think I'm just going to put a little bit of glaze right there, and this thing will be ready for primer. We're going to go ahead and prime it. So check out the next video, how to mix and apply primer. Click on this video now. I appreciate each and every one of you watching. We'll see you next time on Garage Noise.